Kazaa there, everybody. No fancy intro or anything today. Today is a teaching episode. So, a while back, I built a little set that had a fireplace in it. And people have asked how exactly I built that fireplace. I'm going to show you today. There are a few different ways, but this one is the easiest. So, you can see my setup right here. I have one foundation and then one that is a half wall above it, and I cannot remember if I've taught this before, but it's pretty simple. So the lowest foundation is where you're going to stick a wall that is a door. We all know that the door wall floats, and that's pretty much what we need for this. So with that in mind, make sure that things are level. So I use the half wall as a measuring thing. You can see that it doesn't look quite right, so you can always adjust your levels and all this kind of stuff like that if you need to. But I was fine with it. And then all you got to do is basically just stick down whatever you need. So if it's a small house or sitting room or whatever like that, this is how you do it. And the cool thing is you can, of course, lift the foundation up. But you'll just be able to place down the rest of the walls like an ordinary little thing, and I'm just building. I'm not building anything fancy. I'm just building a little sitting room. But you are left with this very nice brick fireplace, as it were. Now, you can put in this fireplace, but I put in the modern fireplace. I just like it better. Plus, it gives off the smoke and all that kind of stuff. And there are many ways to disguise the back wall. So what you could do is you could put down two half walls on the left and one on the left, one on the right, then the angled pieces, then a slanted roof, and disguise it that way. Or you can do what I do, which is build a full section on the back of the house like this, which disguises the fireplace. And the good thing is as well, you can actually stick other things in, because the fireplace only gives off a specific amount of light. So if you want to put in more light to make the fireplace brighter without showing that there's more light, you can actually stick them in that room, which is really cool. Now, as you can see, the roof I didn't care about. I'm literally just showing you what you could possibly do. So your foundation does have to be raised for this, which is kind of annoying, because you want to get your door foundation for the fireplace, which represents the fireplace, as close to the ground as possible, and then go up, take a second foundation, go up a half step, or a half wall, as it were, and then go from there. So, yeah, I just built a little sitting room, really. I guess you could call it like a stupid gentleman's club or something like that. The only problem is, you have to, there are ways around it. They get very annoying and very complicated, but there is a way to actually make the wall of the fireplace higher so that you have more detail in your fire. It is really annoying. I managed to build one earlier, and it'll throw off the design of your house completely, but I managed to build one earlier that had the full fireplace sticking through the doorway, and it looked really nice. But because of the height of walls and the specifics that you have to do, it gets really annoying, because you can't build a proper house if you do it in one way. So the way I'm showing you here allows you to build it and at the same time having a actual house. And the cool thing is as well, you can actually change the door. I use brick. I like brick. Brick, I think, is the best one to build a fireplace with, depending on the type of fireplace. If you're building it in a homely setting, brick is the best. If you're just building something rustic, I would go for the metal, not the steel walls, but the metal barn walls. But what you could do is you could change this brick fireplace from this one into the other door, which is a little bit thicker in the rim around the door frame, and is kind of I think it's a little bit taller, because this door that I used for the fireplace frame has this decorative 4-window thing at the top of the door frame. So you could go for the other one, which I don't know if it's shorter or if there's a little bit of extra height in it or anything like that, which might allow you to show off a little bit more detail in your fireplace. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just building the simplest of sitting rooms possible. I think I was trying to find a couch. I don't know what I was doing. It's not a full build. I'm literally just teaching you how to make the fireplace. Now, there are 2 other ways. And there's 2 other ways, and both of them kind of suck. This is probably your best bet to go for. The other one is basically you build the door in, but you keep it as an ordinary wall, and then you just put things in, like you put a little foundation behind it, put the fire on that foundation, and then put something in front of it to represent a fireplace. And the other one is you put a fire down, and then you just simply build something around it to make it look like a fireplace. This is seriously, it's your best one to go for, but it is a little bit tricky figuring it out because you have to get distances between your foundations correct, because the fireplace is technically floating and not connected to anything. So it is a pain in the ass. But if you can do it well and you can get the height right, you can actually have something quite spectacular. And I absolutely love... I love the fireplace. I like it. It's simple, it's elegant, and it can really make a house feel a bit more homely. Or if you build like a cafe or something like that, having a nice fireplace always works. But ladies and gentlemen, there we go. You have now been taught how to make that fireplace. Go out and make many as you so wish. But you know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, because you're all awesome anyway, stay awesome.